Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom alaikum, family. Mishpaka. I see all of y'all in the building already, conversing amongst each other. Shalom, shalom. How y'all doing? Y'all see what we got on the board? Hiding behind idols, mental slaves of symbolism. Yeah, we finna get into some more psychological standpoints and concepts of the so-called Negro. Y'all climb on in here. Shalom, shalom. Shabbat shalom, Lisa B. Paris Lockhart, shalom, shalom. My brother NehemiYAH, NehemiYAH, shalom, shalom. Tuvia, my brother, shalom. Sister Noi, Shabbat shalom. Amariah, Shabbat shalom. Bridget, my wife, Aniyah, shalom, shalom. Everybody in the building, T. Brew, shalom. Y'all climb on in here. Drew Nigas, shalom, shalom. Beautiful baptism, my brother. That was beautiful, man. Can't wait to see your face again, my brother. Welcome to the brotherhood. Welcome to the family. Y'all climb on up in here. Y'all see what we're talking about today, hiding behind idols. Today, I truly want to break down the concept of what an idol is. An idol is just not a fake god that you chop a tree down and you shape up wood and you put fruits around it. That can be a god if you give it power, but anything that you give power to and anything that you bow to, anything that you become addicted to, and that you give your power to, that is an idol. That is a god. So I want to talk about symbolism, and I want to talk about symbols and logos and things that we put on, things that we spend half our money on. How a Negro will go and stand in line for 3 hours and bring a camping chair just to get some Jordans. That's idolizing. That symbol, that sign, that logos have became your god at that point. And show y'all, once we take back our symbols and once we reestablish what our symbols is, and then the characteristics that these symbols represent, and once we start keeping that cultural aspect of the characteristics that our symbol represents, like for this is a fringe. I wear it. But if I wear this fringe and I still follow European ways, then what is the point of wearing this symbol? Because I'm even though I'm wearing this symbol, which represents the commandments according to scripture, this represents the commandments. Every time I look upon this fringe, I'm supposed to remember the commandments and what I'm doing. So what happened if I'm wearing this, but inside of this, I'm committing fornication? So I'm wearing a symbol, but my conscience have been submitted to another symbol that I'm not even expressing. And that's what I really want to talk about. I want to get real deep into the psychological aspect of symbols and what they truly mean. And just show y'all what's behind us. That's a symbol. You look at that, you automatically know that we are in a Hebrew temple or a Hebrew church. You see that? What we got behind us, because you see the menorah. You see the Hebrew words. You see what I'm saying? You see a badge. 9 times out of 10, the Negro is going to get fearful, or he's going to straighten up his act, because that's a symbol. You see the American flag. You automatically think USA, you think armies, you think things like that. So what is the meaning behind our symbols? And what is the meaning behind things that we're spending our money on, things that we're standing in line for, things that we think about, monetary gain, killing for $1 or a symbol with dead white man on it. So that's what we truly finna get into, and just get into the psychological aspect of it. It's all throughout scripture, and show y'all truly that the Most High is not truly into symbols. He into checking the heart. Into checking the mind, the spirit, the kidneys. So that's what we're going to talk about. So let's go on talk about it. Hiding behind idols, mental slaves of symbolism. We're going to pray on in, and then we're going to talk about it. Let's do it. That's right. Let's get it done. Is that for us? I don't think it is. I don't think it is, Jacques. If so, they can wait.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Ya bareka Yahweh Deish Merika Ya Yahweh Pona Elika Vikuneka Yasa Yahweh Pana Elika They are same Kashalom Ve'yasen Laka Shalom. Yabareka Yahweh. Ve'yishmeika Yahweh Bona Elika Bikuneka Yasa Yahweh Bona Elika Ve'yasen Laka Shalom. Ve'yasen Laka Shalom. Amen. Hallelujah.
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 Amen. May the Most High bless you. The Most High shall keep you, and He shall shine His face upon you. He will bless you. He will keep you, and He will give you peace. Amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Heavenly Father, YAH'KI, Yahweh El Elyon. We come to you in the name of Adornment, the Master, Yahushua Mashiach. We take authority over the fallen one and all his evil spirits from our position at the right hand of you, Yahweh, seated above every name that is named, in the power and the authority of Adon, the Master, Yahushua Mashiach. Use us as your battle axe and weapons of war to come against an attack, to break the back and bind the strong man powerless over every heathen nation, that is oppressing the 12 tribes of Israel this very second. We cast them down and we cast them out to a herd of swine in the name and the authority of Yahushua Mashiach. And by his mighty and precious blood we pray. Use us as your battle axe and weapons of war. We loosen all your ministering angels of warfare. Send forth your most militant and elite angelic warriors to break the backs and crack the skulls of every ruler of darkness. To break the backs and crack the skulls of every principality over all the worldwide organizations. The 13 bloodlines of the Illuminati, the Rothschild bloodline, the Astral bloodline, the Bundy bloodline, the Collins bloodline, the DuPont bloodline, the Freeman bloodline, the Kennedy bloodline, the Lee bloodline, the Onassis bloodline, the Rockefeller bloodline, the Russell bloodline, the Van Dunen bloodline, and the Merovingian bloodline, the House of Saud over Saudi Arabia, the House of Windsor, the Popes, Ayatollah Khomeini, Bill and Melinda Gates, Jared Kushner, Henry Kissinger, Robert Gallo, Anthony Fauci, all their bloodlines. We bind all of them powerless. We bind the strong man over all Masonic orders in every religion. The Catholic Church in Vatican City, communist empires and Yahweh's governments, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, the CIA, La Cosa Nostra, the Mafia, Boko Haram, Hamas, every street gang and drug cartel, the Illuminati, the Council of Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, the World Council of Churches, the Americas, every common mortgage nation, Canada and Mexico, every organization that has rituals that are contrary, every organization that has rituals that are contrary to the word of Yahweh and the authority and the power of Yahushua Mashiach. We take authority over all foul and evil spirits, authorities, princes, kings, powers, world rulers, and the highest and mightiest servants of Satan. We bind them to be powerless. We bind them to be powerless in the mighty name of Yahushua Mashiach. Yahweh, the authority of Adon, Yahushua Mashiach. We pronounce the judgments written in the scriptures upon these evil and greedy conspirators in and over these worldwide organizations. As it is written, Yah, we ask you to bring upon them the judgments found in Psalm 109, that chapter, Psalm 149, that chapter, in Revelation 18, that chapter, Yahweh El Elyon, the owner, the creator, and possessor of all there is. In the name of Yahushua Mashiach, we bring before your throne the house of my dearly beloved brother and your son, YAH'KI Eliezer. We bind Satan. Satan, you have no authority over his daughter. We bind you. We come against you with the blood of our daughter, Yahushua Mashiach. We come against you in the name of Yahushua Mashiach. We bind you, powers. We are to cut your throat, step on your neck. You have no authority over my YAH'KI. You have no authority over his wife or his children. We bind you, powerless, And we command you to loose yourself. Leave now. Go into a herd of swine. We bring before your throne our dearly beloved brother Bebop and your beloved son Bebop, dealing with the coronavirus or the COVID-19 down in Dallas, Texas. This very moment. We bind the coronavirus in 30 seconds. We come against you with the blood of our dome, Yahushua. We bind you powers and we command you to go into a herd of swine. Loose yourself. You may have the mind, body, and spirit of the flock of the Most High. You can't have the mind, body, and spirit of the sons and daughters of the Most High. Say you are our enemy. We bind you powerless. We attack you from the highest heaven. We wage war against you from the throne of Mashiach. We wage war against you from the right hand of Yahweh. Because we know you and your entire kingdom. We bind you and all under your command. We bind you and all in agreement with you. We bind you and all in fellowship with you. And we command you to get the hence now. Out now. Out now. Out now. Heavenly Father, we bring before your throne all the sick in Israel. All who may be plagued in mind, body, and spirit. Your word says whatever we bind on earth is bound in heaven. And whatever we loose on earth is loose in heaven. We claim authority. We claim authority in Yahushua Mashiach, who is seated at your right hand right now. Right now. We loosen all your ministering angels of help. Command them to rain down a healing that is complete, a healing that is understood right now. Use us as your battle axe and weapons of war to come against an attack, to break the back and bind the strong man called the coronavirus. And the fear of it that's plaguing the minds of your people. We declare it powerless. We cast it down and we cast it out to a herd of swine. Use us as your battle axe and weapons of war to come against an attack, to break the back and bind up every sickness and disease that's afflicting your people. This very second, we declare them all powerless. We cast them down and we cast them out to a herd of swine. And the authority in the name of Yahushua Mashiach. And by his mighty and precious blood we pray. Yahweh El Elyon, Yahweh Tzibaoth, Master of the heavenly armies. We loosen all your ministering angels of warfare. Command them to rain down and crack the skull of every virus and sickness that is plaguing your people this very second. Command them to establish a protective border around your saints. Command them to come against, confound, and put down every sickness and unclean spirit that is in opposition to the well-being of your people. Command them to render a judgment in our favor right now. In the name of Yahushua Mashiach, and by his mighty and precious blood we pray. Yahweh El Elyon, Yahweh Yireh. We loosen your ministering angels of provision and blessings. Command them to shower us with the blessings of Abraham, your friend. Command the blessings of Deuteronomy 28 to chase us down and overtake us. Command YAH'KI to give us a continual overflow of your spirit. Command the fruit, the gifts, and signs of YAH'KI to chase us down and overtake us. That wherever the soul of our feet tread, we may boldly declare the reign of Yahweh is now. The reign of Yahweh is now. The reign of Yahweh is now. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Accept our prayer and accept our petition. By Hashem, Adon Yahushua Mashiach. And through his mighty and precious blood we pray and we declare war on the kingdom of Satan. Hallelujah. 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 Praise the mighty Yahweh. Real thing is, bust your gun.
Oh, praise.
Yeah.
Oh, praise. Hallelujah. What? Right now. Man. Beautiful. All praise. Powerful. Hallelujah. Y'all see what we got on the board? Hiding behind idols. Mental slaves of symbolism. This class is going to be, again, like a 3-part series as the other one because there's so many things that we're going to have to dive into. But before we even get into the lesson, I do have to lay some foundations. When you get into symbols, when you get into logos, or when you get into what you call a word, these things or pictures that are vibrating, How words form is these vibrations take formation as you're expressing them through reality. All of this is through consciousness. So, for instance, I ask y'all a question. If I take a homeless man that's been homeless all of his life, been wearing bummy clothes all of his life, and one day I just decide to take him to get a new pair of clothes, just because he looked like he have a home now, is his mindset gonna change because the clothes he have on? Or is he still gonna have his homeless ways? Huh? He's been homeless all his life. Today I decided just, we're finna go shower you and give you clothes. Isn't he still gonna act like a homeless man inside of these clothes because his consciousness has been conditioned that way? And this is what's been happening to us with certain logos. We have been conditioned to certain logos and symbols to have authority, for them symbols to have authority over us. And due to these symbols, it make us react in a certain type of way. What I've realized in this Hebrew culture is we are not proactive at all. We are very reactionary. We react to things. We react to the European symbols. We react to the European culture. We react to the European gods and what they do. They set out bait for us, and we clickbait. We go and we bite it. We go and we go to the mousetrap and get the cheese because we are submissive. We are submissive to the logos and to the symbols and to the idols that they had set up for us. So in order to take back our culture and take back our construct and to take back our consciousness, we have to change our consciousness. We act like we such a powerless people, but we are one of the most powerful people on planet Earth. We act like we poor, and we act like that we're consumers and like that we don't have money. But if you actually get into the conscious state that we're in, it's all been flipped. We are superior, family. We have the money. Matter of fact, if it wasn't for us willfully subjecting ourselves to their logos, to their idols, and to their symbols, the European wouldn't be what he is today. We made the European the way he is today because we chose not to fight back. You see that? We choose to spend our money with them. We choose to work for their jobs. We choose to take their education. So without us being a willful hand to play a part of their symbolism, to play a part of their logos, to play a part of their idols, they wouldn't be who they is. The reason why he's reigning right now is because we are allowing him to reign as a whole unit, y'all. And all of this is through subliminal programming and through being basically them demonizing logos and them putting certain projections out there, and they shove it in our heads, and then we end up bowing down to these things. And now all the child want to buy is Jordans. See that? You ain't finna get no girl unless you rocking true religions. You see that? A woman don't feel loved unless her man buy her a Chanel bag. You see that? So you truly start seeing how powerful idols and logos and symbolism truly is. And once we start going through this lesson, you will see that Hebrew Israelites, consciously known Hebrew Israelites, are more slaves to these symbols than Negroes that's in the world. Period. And guess what symbols that you are enslaved to now? Yes, you got rid of the Jordans. Yes, you got rid of the Nike. Yes, you're wearing full cotton now. But now you're enslaved to the very symbols that's in the Bible. And this is how I know you're enslaved to the symbols, because you will rock the symbols. You will wear the fringes. You will wear the mitre. But inwardly, you're one of the most wicked Hebrew walking around on planet Earth. Inwardly, you're the most dragging women on planet Earth, but you have your head wrapped up. So you done adapted the symbols of our culture, but you haven't adopted the consciousness that's connected to the symbol in the symbology of the culture. So once we really get into here and get into these scriptures, it's going to show y'all how we are being programmed and how we are being enslaved, y'all. Again, a question I ask again before we start this lesson. This fringe that I have in my hand, I can wear it all day. The symbolism, what it represents our almighty conscious. It represents the Elohim. It represents Yahweh and his only begotten son. It represents the Malaki, the angels that's up in the heavens. This represents the commandments. But I can wear this symbol and people will know what it is, but I can completely convert this symbol by acting a certain way while I'm wearing it. You see that? So the symbol, we give these symbol powers. The symbol do not have powers within themselves. We give these symbols. We give power to idols. We give power to dead things. Yes, I'm saying this fringe right here in my hand is a dead thing. The only what makes it living is when I look upon it and I keep the commandments. Now it's a living thing. So symbolism is consciousness. See, we have gotten to the look, this is what we did, y'all. Now we have gotten to the mind frame or the mindset that consciousness is just something that's just moving out through the heavens. Right. No, you are consciousness. You see that? You are consciousness, and you can see when you change the level of consciousness, your reality changed. Consciousness is what makes reality. For instance, if I'm gangbanging, which I was, and I'm out here shooting Negroes, which I was, and doing drugs and selling drugs, guess who I'm going to be around? I'm going to be around that type of criminal environment. You see that? So me coming and seeing a person that's banging the truth, and a black man that's submitting himself to Yahweh, and a black man that's keeping the commandments, and a black man that's fasting, that's not going to exist to me, because my consciousness have created a reality that whoever I'm around is a part of the very things I'm doing. But the moment that I change my consciousness, the moment I change my mind frame and I give in to Yahweh, next thing you know, all the Negroes I was hanging with, they don't exist no more. I start seeing Malaki Maccabees. I start seeing YAH'KI 9s. Now I done completely shift and change my consciousness. Right. You see that? So now my whole reality done changed. I will give y'all one more before we get into the actual scriptures. For instance, you can have a car on your mind. You never see the car. You literally have to Google it just to see it. Then you manifest this car and you buy this car. Notice, as soon as you buy the car, everybody got the car. Everybody. Soon as you get the whip, every car that passed you up is in the same car as you, but you did not see this car at first because you shift your consciousness. So consciousness is not just this abstract spirit thing that's just in the heaven. You are a spiritual being. You embody consciousness. You are consciousness projecting through these vehicles. So we have to truly, when we look at symbols and we look at logos and we look at idols now, these are dead things until we decide to put our consciousness in them, or until we decide to observe them. So once we stop observing things, observing the European culture, stop observing his logos, stop observing his idols, and stop observing his holy days, that's when the system can crumble and fall.
That's right.
All right. So, and look, I know this sound very abstract to y'all, and I know my whole teaching's been changing lately. That's because I've just been getting into the psychological process of things, and man, it's very, very, very deep. And it shows you how messed up we is as a people when you truly, read through these scriptures. You like, man, we are truly enslaved on every aspect. All right, so let's get into it. I want to start this off in the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16. Let me share my screen with y'all. We're gonna get straight to it. Book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16. And show y'all how these things are dead until you choose to give them life. Whenever you observe something, that's what make it appear. Do you realize, scientifically proven, if a man stand and first face one way, nothing exists until he chooses to turn around and observe it. Then the atoms will retake form in creation and make themselves appear to be what they are. So we have to quit giving these idols and these logos power. If you only got $200 and your light bill is due, and you choose to go out and get a pair of Air Jordans, Negro, that's your God. Because you have gave that logo your power and your energy. Because you just took away from your family and taking care of your family, which is being a producer and providing for them. You just took that away from them and you gave that power onto another image. That's idolatry. See, that idolatry is not just bowing down to sticks and stones. Idolatry is anything other than Yahweh that you choose to give your power to. See that? Power don't exist without relationships. You see that? The European couldn't have power over us unless they was in a certain type of relationship with us, and we gave them the power to rule and have authority over us. It takes power. It takes a relationship. You see that? Same thing with these logos. Same thing with Japan. Research Japan. Japan have no minerals there at all, right? So how is Japan the creator and the maker of most of the technology, most of the things that need oil, most things that need magnesium, when all the minerals are in Africa? But they are using all these minerals and they became a power-like structure. How was they able to do that? And once you really see what we're going through these scriptures and explaining, it makes so much sense. So let's start this off in the book of Samuel, 1 Samuel. Let me switch my screen real quick. Share screen. Yeah, it's finna get deep. It's finna get deep. And the reason why the lessons are starting to change like this is because we just need to wake up a little bit more, family. We do. Where is that deal at? I guess I gotta pull it up again.
When Eve ate that from the tree or walked to the tree, was the law say don't look at it?
It says she ain't supposed to be conversing with it nor touching it.
So she put her energy. She's seen it, but she put energy behind it.
Most definitely, she chose to truly observe it. Yeah.
It definitely was something that was enticing.
Yeah.
To the eye. Granted.
All right, so look, in the book of 1 Samuel, we're gonna start at 16, and let's get to it.
Book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16. What verse?
I want to go to 7. Started at 5.
The book of 1 Samuel. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, sister.
The book of 1 Samuel.
We got any more of them phone holders?
1 Samuel, chapter 16.
Yeah.
Verse 5. 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 5. And he said peaceably, I am come to sacrifice unto the Most High, to sanctify yourselves, and come with me to the sacrifice.
Come on.
And he sanctified Jess and his sons, and called them to the sacrifice. And it came to pass, when they were come, that he looked on Eliab and said, surely the Most High has anointed his before him.
You see that is anointed is before him. So what we're saying is the true thing of symbolism, the true thing of idolizing. He looked at a man, and by this man's statue and the way that this man looked, he immediately gave him power. He didn't check his reins. He didn't check his kidneys, what we're going to get into. He didn't check his heart, because he can't do that. He immediately looked how he looked and said, yeah, the Most High is truly dealing with this brother. It's truly dealing with this sister. So we finna show y'all the meaning of life and giving symbols life and giving idols life and giving things power that don't have any power in it. This is the exact same thing that we're doing with this European system. We're giving this system power. We're giving their logos power. We're giving their badges power, their policy power, because we're fearing and we bowing down to it. The moment you do that is the moment that you are putting yourself in subjection to another God. Again, I can't express it enough, family. You serving another God is not you worshiping Hinduism. That's one form. But you putting your woman before Yahweh, that's idolizing. That's idolatry. You being a victim and you being enslaved to your penis. That's idolatry. That's idolizing. You chasing a bag and putting your work before Yahweh. That's idolizing. You killing your brother over a piece of paper. You hating your brother because he owe you a piece of paper. All these things are playing into this European system of keeping us worshiping they false gods. Just because it don't have eyes and you haven't shaped it and carved it like a god and you're not giving it fruit, that don't mean that you're not giving it your energy and your power. Whatever you give your power to is your God. That's what we're getting into. All right, so check this out. It says, and it came to pass when they were come that he looked at Eliab and said, surely Yahweh's anointed is before him. All because of a look. All because of look. He probably was tall in stature. He probably had his fringes on. He probably had his mitri on, his head covered in wrap. I mean, he probably was a full package deal, looking wise, symbol wise, logos wise. He looked like he was a man of Yahweh. But did this man read his mind? Did this man look at his actions and check his heart? No, he didn't. Let's keep reading. Verse 7.
But Yahweh said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance.
You see that? That's the first thing that we need to stop doing. We need to stop looking on people, looking at the outer appearance of people. Just because I'm wearing this fringe and this is the symbol that I'm representing, this don't mean that this is the symbol or the consciousness I'm living by. That's why you see a lot of things are going down in the so-called conscious community. It's more Hebrews committing crimes than niggas in the street. Hebrews committing sexual acts, touching on children, homosexuality, getting into conversation, training, all types of things, beating their women, all types. And these brothers work this simple. These brothers come to Shabbat class. These same brothers be at feast days. These same brothers look the part. But when you match the consciousness with the symbol, something is not adding up. So it's truly, truly time. Now, this is the same construct and structure. Now we're going to see the structure and the concept that the European have put on us. The same thing with their symbols. It look good, but it's very degrading. You will wear a ship called Nautica. And this Nautica ship is what they brought slaves over on.
Wow.
Right? You'll wear something called lacrosse, which is an alligator. But this alligator represents gator bait, right, which they fed to us in Florida. You see? We quick to rock these things. And when you just get into all of them, all these things, symbols are really, really, I mean, man, very, very derogatory towards us as a people. But since they put value in it and you value their opinion so much, you want to wear these symbols. Now you give in into the ideology and the idealism of these symbols. Now you will do whatever it takes to wear these symbols, to show these symbols off to your culture when it have nothing to do with your culture, nor will it furlong your culture or add any longevity to your culture. At this point, when you do this, you are serving another God. Period. Period. Because you're giving your power and your authority over to these things. Let's keep reading. So look, Yahweh told Samuel, look not on his countenance. Yeah. Come on.
Or on the height of his statue.
See that? Nor on how tall he is, his height or his statue. Why is he worried about how creative looking this symbol look? Or how good it looks? Same thing that was happening with Eve. How appealing it is. Inwardly, it can be a graveyard. Inwardly, you can be given into witchcraft. Inwardly, you can be given into sorcery. And that's a crazy thing. People will call a person that's deep into the symbols that they culture created witchcraft, but they'll go around and buy all the polos and Nike brand in the world. But to point a finger at you and call you a warlock and say you a witch because you have truly studied the history of your symbols that came from your particular culture. But they'll be rocking something that was created by a European and say you into witchcraft. Crazy. Come on.
Because I have refused him.
For
the Most High seeth not as a man seeth.
You see that? So the Most High refused him. He ain't even check out. He ain't even make the cut. But he looked it good, but didn't make the cut. Yahweh said, I refuse him. Come on.
For man looking on the outward appearance.
You see that? For man looking on the outward appearance, which we're not supposed to be doing that because this is all getting you prepared and ready for the mark of the beast. These symbols, it's all getting you prepared and ready for the mark of the beast. Well, I wear this symbol, it look good because it's a trend. I throw on these true religion jeans because it look good and it's a trend. This is talking about a whole religion with a Buddha on it. So now when the mark come, and you ain't gonna be able to buy, sell, and trade, and the trend is out that everybody's taking this certain mark. Well, it's a trend. Let me go and take this mark. You see, this is the mind effery that they getting us. They are setting us up, y'all, to be slaughtered. And we can take our consciousness back and take our culture back, but the only way we can do that is by reframing from their gods, their idols, and their symbolism. Period. Why we can't make a new trend? Why we can't make our own clothes? And look, I was caught up in this at once. I had some shoes. Some boots that I got from a brother. Malaki got the boots first. I got them second. You know what I'm saying? That reminded me of some off-brand Timberlands. But I'd rather have the tree with the noose hanging from them on my feet than to have a Hebrew brother created shoes that was just a little knockdown from them. I'd rather wear the Timberlands than that. How can I change the conscious and level up my consciousness and take back our culture when I can't even wear and rock the symbols that a Hebrew conscious brother done created and made? And I'm so still, it's something which is something in me like, man, it's just something about the Timberlands. I just gotta wear the boots with the tree on it. I have to have that tree. Do you know the shoe looked like the boot was the same, wasn't it? Only difference was the symbol, the idol. That was the only difference. And I couldn't rock it because it wasn't something that I was used to. And I'm a Hebrew in the truth wearing fringes. I wore them shoes to work. Man, Malaki working, I got on them boots, working in them boots. When I got off work, I put on my Timberlands. Looking back on it now as I've grown in truth, that is truly idolatry. Truly idolatry. And show you how much mental projection and slavery that we have when it comes to this European construct, man. Straight up. And these are the levels and layers that need to be peeled back and exposed for us to take our community and our conscience back. So come on, restart from 7 again.
But the Most High said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature.
Come on.
Because I have refused him.
Come on.
For Yah seeth not as a man seeth.
Ooh, come on.
For man looketh on the outward appearance.
So we have to stop looking at the outward things of things. All right, come on.
The Most High looketh on the heart.
You see that? Most High looketh on the heart. Most High looketh on your inward parts. All right, let's keep it going. Let's go to 1 Peter. We're just going to hit a few scriptures to build the foundation of this whole class. Is going to be the foundation. That way, when we get into the next lesson and we get real deep into it, y'all are familiar with what I'm talking about, because we finna go deeper, because these things go back to branding, marketing, projection, television programming. I mean, they're literally throwing their symbols and their idols in our face all the time. A lot of y'all like Starbucks. Have y'all looked at that symbol? Yeah, the coffee tastes good, especially they Frappuccino. Look at that symbol. Look at that symbol on there.
Right. What is that?
What is that symbol? What are you buying into? And you give it your money. You give it your power.
No way.
That is idolatry. Period. And look, the Most High is judging the consciousness. All right. Look, it's gonna get deep. All right. So look, we're gonna go to
the Remy bottle.
Yes.
The green Remy bottle.
Yeah.
What is that on the front of that?
Hey, straight up.
Oh man, it's a half man, half. It's a minotaur.
A half man, half horse. Huh? What do you get? What are you giving your for real? Man, this stuff get deep. It gets deep. It gets deep. So look, we finna go to 1 Peter chapter 3. All right, we just laying foundation right now. 1 Peter chapter 3. 1 Peter chapter 3. All right, start that deal at 1, Hebrew. Hopefully y'all get some understanding.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 3.
I'm just really trying to wake y'all up psychologically, like really start pulling out stuff that a lot of people refuse to talk about. It's time to really start talking about these things, especially when we talking about a Hebrew revolution. I mean, we have to truly wake ourselves up on every aspect mentally. All right, let's get it, bro.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1. It says, likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word,
come on,
they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wise.
That's a whole other topic, but we'll get into it. Come on.
While they behold your chaste conversation, coupled with fear.
Now check this out, y'all. This is how deep symbolism is. This is how deep outer appearance can be. He finna straight speak on these things. Come on.
Verse 3. Whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning.
You see that? If you're going to be adorning yourself, let these symbols be in consciousness. Let them not be outer symbols, because you can have these outer symbols and they have somebody else consciousness buying into them. For instance, a woman putting on some short shorts and got her cheeks hanging out the bottom of them, right? If a Hebrew man is not beat up that lust demon, he can be fully in the truth, having a good day, ain't said a cuss word, ain't had no type of wicked demonic thought, and then see some butt, and his mind will go all the way back there. All because the symbol you chose to represent that day. You see that? It's consciousness, y'all. We're not talking about just a picture of things. We're not just talking about logos. We talking about giving power to these things, right? So it says, whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of what?
Plaiting the hair. And of wearing of gold. Or of putting on of apparel.
Come on.
But let it be the hidden man of the heart.
See that? There it go again. Let it be the hidden man of the heart. Let me search your heart. Let me get to truly, truly know you. Because you can have your hair wrapped. You can have on that dress with them fringes hanging from the bottom of it. Have a total beautiful body and face, but then you don't know the first thing to submission. You don't even know how to cook or clean. But that outer logo, that outer logo I gave my power to, right? Then I made a covenant with that power and gave you that power because how you looked based off your appearance. Now I want to backpedal after I done made my contract. See that? That is a form of idolatry. You're giving your power over to image, over to appearance, over to logos. We're using this in the cultural aspect, but the next lesson is talking about all these other things outside the culture that we are bringing into the culture, which is a form of treason, by the way. We're constantly trying to merge the Hebrew Israelite culture with the European culture. Why are we trying to do that? It was a separation. He called for a separation. Why are we trying to migrate bits and pieces of it into each other? Now you got sexy sisters. They want to wear the tight dresses with their hair wrapped. Tight dresses with their hair wrapped.
With a COVID mask.
With the COVID mask on, right? All type of symbolism balled up into one. Come on, bro.
1 Peter 3 and 4. But let it be the hidden man of the heart.
See that? Most High is searching that heart. And that's the same thing you need to be searching when you build in relationships. Remember, you cannot have power without relationship. How can you have power and to rule over your woman if you don't have a woman to rule over? Huh? How can the white man have superior power over us right now if he don't have subjects to be his slaves? See, power only really exists in a relationship. So who are you in a relationship with? We're in a relationship with their construct, with their concepts, with their ideas, with their logos, with their educations. You see that? With their counseling systems, with their jobs, their industries, with their clothing. The moment we pulled back from these ideas and started to creating our own and tapping back into our culture, the whole conscious shift will change, y'all.
Right.
Period. You know all the Negroes I used to hang with and gangbang with? I literally know about 3 of them still around. And guess what? The reason why I still know them, because they in the truth now. They was able to see my fruit and jump on the bandwagon. All the rest of them, I don't know where they at. Why is that? Because as soon as I shift my consciousness, my whole reality in the world changed. Period. Showing you that consciousness is a willed thing. A willed thing. Come on.
But let it be the hidden man of the heart, and that which is not corruptible.
Ooh, come on.
Even the ornaments of a meek and quiet spirit.
See that now he's showing you, he's giving you outer logos and things. He's over there giving you outer logos and things, but he's talking about them inwardly. See that? So you can have an ornament, but this ornament going to be of a meek spirit. You can have an ornament, but it's going to be a quiet spirit. You see that? All right, come on, brother.
Which is in the sight of Yahweh of great price.
And that's what he give reward to, the inward man. The inward man. Woo, come on.
Verse 5. For after this manner in the old time, the Kodesh, the holy women, also, who trusted in the Most High, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands.
So y'all see what y'all clothing and adorning is?
It's your real self.
It's your real self, your spirit.
Right.
It have nothing to do with the logos or the symbols you give power over to. The moment you give it power is the moment that it becomes a god or idol. We're going to get into the words of it. You see that? That's deep. So even this fringe, again, this is a dead thing until I choose to keep the commandments while wearing it. I can wear this all day and not be keeping the commandments, and this don't mean a damn thing. But the moment that I choose to observe the conscious cultural background that come with this fringe, now the fringe become alive through my consciousness. That's how powerful we are. In the beginning was the word. In the beginning was the logos. What is a logo? A logo is an image. Y'all see my boxes now with the YAH'KI and the tree on it? That's a logo. You see that, you automatically know it's some healing herbs in it. You see that? You see a white man with a badge. That symbol, you already know it's probably going to be some type of beat down, a killing that come from it. When are we going to start shifting the consciousness, though? Huh? When? For instance, back in the day, where Negroes had to sit on the back of the bus, right? Right? That kept going on until we changed our consciousness. We said, you know what? Let's stop trying to fight to sit on the front of the bus. We just ain't going to get on the damn bus at all. We're going to walk to work. Notice that the law changed right after that, right? Because we took that relationship from the power from them. Y'all see what I'm talking about? Do y'all get what I'm talking about? Do y'all understand what I'm talking about online right now? Or do this sound foreign and crazy to y'all?
Give us a 7, man. Look, it makes sense. Anything outward is supposed to represent what's going on inwardly already.
Exactly.
I mean, so like you were talking about the fringe.
Yeah.
That means like when somebody sees it and identifies it, that means this is a commandment keeper.
Yeah.
Someone that's in the faith. Someone that I can trust with my own life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? What good is the outward sign if you still a graveyard empty? That's what Messiah was saying in Matthew 23 with the Pharisees.
Yep. That's what y'all
walking graveyard.
We're going there next, big bro.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense. Whatever you rocking outwardly need to represent what has already happened revolutionary wise inside.
Let me see that if I can show them too.
The family online, they know. They understand. This
is dead until I give meaning to it. Yeah. This is dead until I choose to put candles and light it up and keep the feast. Now this is alive. Right. Now the spirit of wisdom and righteousness and the holy, now this come alive. Because I chose to have the consciousness cultural background applied to it. If I got this in my house all day and it ain't doing nothing, I'm not using it, it's a dead thing.
Right.
It's a dead thing. We have to be careful of what we giving power and life to, y'all. Look, like again, y'all, idol worshiping is more than just bowing down to some damn sticks and stones. Right. All right, let's get it. What's up, Des?
Boy, go sit down.
All right, let's get it, brother.
All right, first, we still back in 1 Peter?
Yeah, 1 Peter 5 again.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 3.
That's all good.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 3, verse 5 again.
Uh-huh.
For after this man in the old time, the holy women also, who trusted in the Almighty, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husband.
Ooh, come on.
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him master.
You see that? That was her clothes. That was her wearing. You see that? That you can't see that garment on her. That is inwardly. But that's what the Most High looking at as raiment, as clothing. Come on.
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him master, whose daughters you are.
Ooh.
As long as you do well.
Ooh, as long as you do well. So that's an action. That's not an appearance. That's an action. That's something that you do consciously, inwardly. That's how you shifting things. Notice the moment that you choose to be obedient to your husband, how the sisters you used to hang with, you don't hang with them no more. You hang with a whole different caliber of Hebrews. And notice the ones that you hang with now is the ones that's actually listening to their husbands. It shows you the moment you choose to change your consciousness, your whole entire reality changes with it, because consciousness is what projects your reality.
That's right.
Come on.
And are not afraid with any amazing.
All right, we can stop there right there. Let's keep it going. Let's go to this Matthew 23, what Big Bro was just talking about. We're going to hit verse 5, and then we're going to keep it pushing. Go to verse 25, Matthew 23. Again, y'all, these are just foundation principles. That way, when we get into this European construct and with their idols, it's going to make a whole lot of sense on how they idols have invaded our culture through us. They didn't force it upon us. They put it out there, and now we're bringing their idols and their gods into our culture. I see it all the time. It's crazy.
That's basically the war that the Apostle Paul, Shaul, when he came into the understanding of who the Christ or the Messiah is, he understood the hypocrisy between him and his fraternal brothers, the Pharisees. He understood. He's like, look, we all on the surface are keeping commandments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he's like, look, I know every last one of y'all. I know you an adulterer. I know you a thief. You know what I mean? So in the book of Romans, when he was talking to the Israelites in Rome, he let it be known, like, look, if your circumcision, it profits you if you keep the commandments. But if you don't keep the commandments, what is your circumcision going to profit you?
It's an idol at that point.
That's right.
And look, when we look up the definition of idol, y'all, it's going to make sense.
Exactly. It don't make, so in other words, don't be a hypocrite in the sight of men and women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we all know who we are. We are saying shalom, shalom. We dress the part and all that. But deep down inside, you are a hypocrite.
Yes.
Deep down inside, you still commit all type of transgressions that you claim you've been delivered from. So what did Paul say? He said, if I build again the things that I destroy, I make myself a transgressor. So that was their whole argument. He like, look, we got the surface laws and all that down.
That's deep.
We got all that down, but I know you mean.
And look, and what is the transgression though?
Right.
What is, and that's why I'm trying to get y'all to get into the psychology of what he meant by that. I got that down here. What is the transgression? You know what I'm saying? If he builds the thing and how you build idols and how you're giving fruits and giving things to these idols, but you doing all these things of another world, of another culture, of another God. See, a lot of us is in this truth and still serving other gods, y'all. Period. Which is a form of idolatry. What is this class called? Hiding behind what? Idols. Mentally enslaved by symbolism. It runs deep. I'm glad you brought that up. We might have to get in there Romans too. That's deep. Yeah. All right, let's get there. Matter of fact, after this Matthews, would you pull that? That's a whole deep chapter right there. I went to the book of Matthews. I want to do verse 5, and then we're going to jump down to 25.
Matthew chapter 23, verse 5.
Man, matter of fact, man, it's just so many daggers. Hey, start at 1. Start at 1. It's all good. Just start at 1. We're just going to let the spirit flow.
Okay. Yeah. Matthew chapter 23, verse 1. Then spake Yahushua to the multitude and to his disciples,
Right.
saying, the scribes and Pharisees sit in Moshe's seat. All therefore, whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do. But do not ye after their works.
See that? Do not ye after their works. Come on.
What they say and do not.
You see that? They say and they do not. Talking about the outer appearance. You see that? They sitting in Moses' seat, but they doing the opposite of what Moses done. They look good. These are priests, high priests, Pharisees, Sadducees we talking about. The scribes, all of them look good. I mean, they look like they men of Yahweh, but the Most High haven't called them. The Most High haven't called them at all. And you can tell by their works. At that point, everything that they have on have become idols. Everything. What is the point of them wearing the meat trees? What is the point of them covering their heads all the time? What is the point of them having the pen to scribe? And they scribing in vain. You see what I'm saying? What is the point? What do these idols become at that point? You look good outwardly, but inwardly you a graveyard. You faking. You a hypocrite. Meaning you serving another God. Meaning everything that you're doing now has become an idol. This can become an idol. My fringes can become an idol. It's not just in their culture. We doing these things inside of our culture. We idolizing the fringe more than we reverencing Yahweh. That's an idol. Whole house look like a temple, but you in here masturbating. Whole house full of idols. It's not making sense, or it don't line up. But we was taught this by the European. And once we get to the second lesson, man, these videos is daggers. Come on.
Hey, look, there's a question in the chat, right? By hearing and hearing by. Our question is, do any one of you practice astral projection? Or is it possible that the enemy can impersonate a righteous man? It's two questions.
So do anyone practice astral projection? I practice astral projection for many years. Had books on it and everything. I haven't astral projected in a long time because I ended up somewhere I wasn't supposed to be and literally scared the but Jesus out of me. Yeah. So I haven't astral project since then. Now instead of astral projection, I go into deep states of meditation. But I don't mess around with the astral projection because you can go into certain different compartments of your mindset and not be let back out, especially if you're out here sinning and everything. So just be careful on that. Now, can people invade? So
in other words, stay away from.
Yeah, stay away from astral projection. I don't recommend that at all. And I was a master at that. You know what I'm saying? I even taught classes on it before, but I'm totally against that now. And now, as far as people projecting their mindset into other people, of course, that's what you call demonic habitation. That happens all the time. You have reptilian shapeshifters walking around looking like human beings. And I mean, you have Antarctica and stuff like that. So most definitely astral projection is real. I wouldn't practice it no more. I mastered. I even have like certificates and stuff like that. My teacher was Dr. Valentine. You know what I'm saying? Talk to him every day and all of that. So I have all of this stuff, but that didn't get me nowhere. That actually got me closer. That got me closer to straddling the fence than anything. Stay away from that. It's gonna make you question things that you shouldn't even be thinking about.
That Hebrew ended up somewhere, boy, reminded him of hell.
I ended up in hell.
Oh,
I did.
I'm tripping. That bro called me the next morning, like, hey, bro, basketballs melting there.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually had to go. I had a fever, a temperature when I got out of that mind state. It took me a while. In my head, it was like I was there for like 10 years. But when I talked to the wife I had at that time, she was like, it was only like 30 minutes. I came out sweating. I had steam coming from me. I had a fever and everything. Like I was literally in hell. Literally. What's up, sister?
Let's do the second point. We get that second question that she had was about can the enemy impersonate righteous men?
Yeah. Well, so the enemy can impersonate a righteous man, but even Satan masqueraded as an angel of light. So what the enemy can do is the enemy can enter somebody that is yielding up their members for him to get inside of. But if that enemy, if the enemy is inside of you, then you're yielding your members. You're not righteous anyway. But yeah, but people can pretend to be righteous. We see that all throughout scripture.
Exactly. That's 2 Corinthians 11, 13 through 15. Since you had a question, though.
What is astral projection? So astral just means to be on an astral plane. Let's talk about the spiritual vehicle. It's between your emotional body and your dream body. So astral and spiritual is kind of like the same thing. It just means beyond the physical. astral projection. Projection is when you projectile something, meaning something is coming forth. So astral projection is when I can literally project my spirit body from my physical body. I had got so good at that. And what I used to do, I used to go to sleep, and this is how I learned myself, taught myself through a book. When you go to sleep, right when you finna go to sleep, try to sit up as fast as you can, and literally your body will project from your actual physical body. That's some of the most dangerous stuff ever. That's how a lot of people die. It's a lot of people that was practicing this stuff, then come back. I mean, man, this stuff get deep. So stay away from it. Stay away from it. Stay away from it. Are we all good, sister? Can we keep it going? Can we get back on the lesson?
Yeah, we all good. She say, thank you for answering. Shalom, shalom. Hallelujah.
All right, shalom. All praise. Let's get it.
Matthew chapter 23, verse 4. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne.
Right.
And lay them on men's shoulders.
Come on.
But they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers.
See that? So they just teaching the word. They're hearers of the words, but they're not doers of the words. They embody in the symbol. They embody in the culture. They embody in the logos. But the consciousness that's supposed to project from this logos, they're not into it whatsoever. So they literally deep into idolatry. That's what they do. They're not into God. They're into the symbols that represent God. Come on. That's deep, because a lot of us are like that. A lot of us look the part, but we ain't the part. So you went to the symbol part. And I'm gonna start asking people, so you into the symbols of Yahweh, or is you walking in Yahweh? All right. Oh, so you into idolizing, you into idolatry at this point, because Yahweh is not attached to it no more. You done took a European concept and culture, and you done brought it and put it on this menorah. You done brought it and you done put it in on your fringes, because the things that to commit sin is what they naturally do anyway. It's natural people. Also, you mingling the European culture and construct with the Hebrew culture, the Hebraic culture. Come on.
So they're basically doing it like how Constantine did.
Exactly. Or they get the cross and they get the holy water, spraying it over everything. Very, very superstitious. Very superstitious, but not spiritual at all. Exactly. Come on.
Verse number 5. But all their works they do for to be seen.
You see that? So all they works is to be seen of man. Just like you go get your Robin jeans or your True Religion, or you just like you go and you put your head wrap on and you put that skirt on, but you don't think we caught that. You looked at your ass before you walked out the house. Right. You turned around and looked at your butt to make sure it looked good in that skirt.
Had to run into them pants.
So what's really going on? Is you doing this because the consciousness is connected to this? Or you doing this because you want to look good and you want Hebrew man to look at you? You want that to become, you want to be somebody's idol. You want to be somebody's God. You want a man to bow down and give you his power and authority. You see that? Let's get deep. We was taught this by certain people. Come on.
They make broad their phylactery.
You see that? What they do? They broad their phylactery. Y'all know what a phylactery is, right? If you go, they be at the well and wall with them on now. These bands, and they got the commandments right in the middle of their forehead, like a big old block. And now, look, if you look just YouTube and now, them Yiddish boys over there, they phylacteries be as long as his microphone. And they be at the well and wall, crying and writing letters and sticking it into the walls and stuff. That's the phylactery, because they want to be seen. They want to be looked like. That's a priest. That's a man of God. And over there, they say, oh, I see that you're very religious. That's what they say. When they see a Hebrew priest over there now, a fake Hebrew priest, they say, I see that you're religious, because they got the long fringes on that touch they kneecaps, and they got the long phylacteries. You see that you go to their doorposts, they got the 10 commandments all on their doors. I mean, a whole house full of idols, and they not following nothing that's in the book.
Exactly, and they accepted the Mashiach.
Yeah,
but they take the command when Moses said, bind the law between the frontlets of your eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just basically let it be known, keep the commandments on your mind at all times.
Okay.
What these heathens have done based off the black-hearted experience of our wicked forefathers that hated Christ, you know what I'm saying? They take the literal commandments, put them in a box, and it extends.
Man, it does.
You understand? Then they wrap their arms with these leatherless straps or whatever, as if that's going to do something to your spirit. You know what I mean? Like, how is that going to switch how a man behaves toward his wife, his children, his brother, his sisters, or nothing? You feel me? You just got broad and phylacteries.
Yeah.
You just breathing heathen breath on a wall that ain't got nothing to do with The temple in Jerusalem.
Sticking letters in the wall.
Yeah.
They write letters to God.
Oh,
Yeah.
you about to read all that?
You see that? And it shows you what Mali's saying. In order to come from out under this beast, you have to come from up out of their consciousness. They have literally fabricated a consciousness and projected it inside of us through subliminal programming. So we look the part, we look like Hebrew Israelites, but we still have European mindsets. We still treat our women like the European man treat his woman. We still eat foods that the Europeans created and what they eat for themselves. We still watch European television programs. We still listen to European music, which is our music, by the way, that have been Europeanized. You see that? And then we come into the type of idealism like we don't create generational wealth, or we don't create jobs and systems for each other. Yes, we do. We just do it in a very, very idolizing way. For instance, music. If you look at the music industry, what genre is making the most money? Hip hop, period. Point blank, period. Hip hop and country. But when you get into true country music, who is the singers? It's black men. So you see, and look, just from that, you see that you have to have promotion teams to promote the music, right? Right? You have to have people that make the cassette tapes and the plastic to sell it. You have to have targeting, branding, and marketing. So you see in all these fundamental jobs and programs being created off of our music. So for us to think that we don't have a culture or that we don't have conscious and political power is a lie. It's all an illusion. Because we putting hundreds of thousands of people on and making them millions and millions of dollars. Yeah. Who's over the music? A Jewish white boy. But who's making and running the music? We are. We are the creators and the producers of these things. But all through subliminal programming and idolatry and idols and symbolism, they keep these things here and keep us programmed to suppress us with it. And then they change everything we do and they convert it to benefit them and to keep us down. What they do is they give you $5 million, and since you ain't never had $5 million, you thinking that you are a rich joker now, but they done made $1 billion off of your writings, off your materials. But all of this tie into the symbolism I'm talking about. Once we keep going, come on.
And enlarge the borders of their garments.
You see that? So look, the borders of their garments is talking about their fringes. So Negroes got long fringes on, and they got phylacteries on their heads. When you see them, you're going to say they very religious. These people are down with their God. All they do is serve Yahweh. But inwardly, they hypocrites. Inwardly, they graveyards. Inwardly, they are mice and pig-infested human beings. Same thing with these logos. Same things with that dollar bill. Everything that we chasing, that we putting all of our energy into, making these things God. Huh? Mammon. What is that? That's a God. And you can't serve Yahweh and serve the dollar. But we are doing that. And you see people that act, well, I got to work this Saturday. No, you don't. You choose to work that Saturday. You choose to do that. The reason why you got to work and you in slavery now is because of us and what we did. They don't have anything to do with Yahweh. Period. So we have to be very, very conscious of the things that we do and the things that we put on and the things that we wear and how we're acting inwardly, y'all. Come on.
And love the uppermost rooms.
You see that? They love the uppermost rooms. Come on.
And feasts.
You see that? Come on.
And the chief seats in the synagogue.
You see that? I always want to sit at the table. Don't work to do nothing to get at the table, but want to sit at the table. Want the best seats. I always want to teach. Always want to be seen. I got to make sure my fringes matching my boots and my garments. But you just got caught in a fornication act a week ago. Oh, so these things have became your idols. Became your idols. Come on.
And greetings in the market. And to be called of men, Rabbi, Rabbi. But be not ye called Rabbi.
Come on.
For one is your master, even HaMashiach.
Come on.
And all ye are brethren.
Ooh, come on.
And call no more your Abba upon the earth. For one is your Father, which is in heaven.
One more, come on.
Neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even HaMashiach.
Come on, we can stop there right there. Let's keep it going. Let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 31. Let's go to 30. Proverbs 31 and 30. It's all in here. Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Any ones you don't think I got, though, call them out, big bro. Because I want this whole class just to be the setup to match the culture. That way,
I can figure you had this.
yeah. That way, when we pull out this European concept and what they doing to us through program and MK Ultra and all, it will blow your mind, man. Like, do you realize, why do you think y'all want Chanel bags and y'all want purses, and why we want Jordans and we want Timberland? Why did we want that? We didn't have that before we came here, or the ones that was here before they came and started killing us off through smallpox jackets and all of that. They didn't have it. They had moccasins on. How have this became the trend? Through what? Subliminal programming. We have been psyched into serving other gods and don't even realize we serving other gods. Straight up. And look, your subconscious mind is your soul. You will be judged for it. You will be judged for it. Look, when you read scripture, it says the Most High tries the heart and the reins. You look up that word reins, do you realize that deal straight say kill Yah? Kill Yah means kidneys. He's searching your kidneys. Oh. We finna look it all up, man. It's deep.
Up and close and personal.
Yeah, up close and personal. Do you realize your kidney is the only organ on your body that was created from every single cell inside your body? So if he's searching the kidneys, that means he's searching every level of existence that you exist in. Your astral body, emotional body, spiritual body, physical body, all your dream body. That's why you can't see it in your sleep, because he checking all of that. That's deep. I mean, that's deep.
Performing an autopsy.
Hey, a straight autopsy. All right, come on. We in Proverbs.
Proverbs 31 and 30.
Let me get it real quick. 31 and 30. All right, go ahead, big bro.
Proverbs 31 and 30. Favor is deceitful.
Ooh.
And beauty is vain.
You see that? Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. And most time, the reason why you're getting favored is because you're beautiful. Huh? She look good. She got some round hips. Yeah, I'm gonna let you do what she can't do. See that? So favor is deceitful, and beauty, which is an outer appearance, is vain. It's emptiness. It's naughtiness. It's nothing. No thing. Come on.
Favor deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Most High, she shall be praised.
See that? So it's showing you the inwardly thing is. It's the inward parts. It's the inward parts. You having your hair wrapped with dresses on and with fringes, we see how that go. They can be full-blown heathen dragon women. Scorn. Period. And will tear down anything to get what they want. Same thing with men. Y'all see that? So these symbols don't mean anything unless you're paying attention to the reason why they was created in the first place. Fringes was created for the commandments. The menorah was created for the 7 spirits of Yahushua HaMashiach. When we get into all of these different things, the Ark of the Covenant, the 10 Commandments, the breastplate, all of these things had spiritual implication to them that's validated by outer works. But the moment that you validate the outer works, but the spiritual aspect is not meeting the frequency of that, then these things become idols. And your idols always become your rival. They be the very thing that had you in a lake of fire. Period. Let's keep it going.
Give her the fruit of her hand.
Yeah.
And let her own works praise her in the gates.
All praise. Hallelujah. Let's go on. 2 Corinthians 4 and 18. 2 Corinthians 4 and 18. Yeah, let's get that Romans real quick. Matter of fact, that's a dag. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, Romans the 2nd chapter.
And that's good. And that's good to teach with your brothers, man, because I didn't even think about that. That Romans 2nd chapter is dag, especially towards the end, boy.
Yeah, that was the main point that you know what I'm saying, Messiah, his disciples, and even Paul and them after. Yeah. They was going against the fraternal brotherhood.
Yes, they would. Yes, they would.
You know what I mean? And that fraternal brotherhood had major influence. They can order your death.
Yeah, and this how you know is what you're saying is true. Because when you get into that Corinthians and that book of Acts, he straight told them. And in that book of 1 John, he like, look, don't give yourself over to idols. What was he talking about? Was he talking about actually making? No, they've been stopped doing that. Was he talking about making something out of sticks and stones? No, idolism and idolatry is very, very, very spiritual, y'all. And that's what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? So we went from making trees and woods and stocks and poles to gods to wearing trees, woods, and stocks and poles as gods. We did. I mean, look at everything that we wear that we get from this European construct. It all is attached to one of their gods and the things that you do for them. The things that you do to get them, how you spend your last on them. Negroes is saving up money to buy another God. Huh? Negroes is making sure they put together looking good, got rims on the car because they God is vagina. Like if you see the construct and the idealism that we done brought into is all for us to serve other gods. Whether you know you're doing it or not, you're doing it. And that's why he said that he's going to come and he's going to search your heart. He's going to search the parts that you ain't even thought about. He's going to bring up them sins that you forgot you even committed. And with that being said, and knowing that he's going to be judging our subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind was created when between the ages of 1 and 7. I mean, hey, we have to, that show you how deep we have to go back to truly be reborn again and to take our culture back. This ain't gonna happen with a few classes. You know how many classes and steps and prayers and the laying of hands, and you know how much this is gonna take? This is gonna take a collective effort, y'all. Because we have been programmed on so many levels with their symbols and their gods. All right, come on, big bro. What you want to start with?
We in Romans, the 2nd chapter. We're gonna start at verse 17. And the subtitle here says "Cautions Against Hypocrisy."
Yeah, there it go, right there.
Romans chapter 2 and 17. Behold, thou art called a Jew. So the Israelites was living in Rome. Under the fold of Pharisees. Watch this. Behold, thou art called a Jew, and resteth in the law, and makest thy boast of Elohim, and knowest his will, and approvest the things that are more excellent, being instructed out of the law.
Right.
And are confident that thou thyself art a guide of the blind, a light of them which are in darkness, an instructor of the foolish, a teacher of babes.
Which is what we're supposed to be, by the way. We're supposed to be the light to the dark. We're supposed to be instructing. We're supposed to be teaching. Right? Come on.
Which has the form of knowledge and of the truth in the law.
Come on.
Thou therefore, you therefore, which teacheth another, teachest thou not thyself?
See that? So you teaching these concepts, you teaching these logos, you looking good, you putting this imagery, you putting this idol on people to get them to follow this consciousness. But yourself, inwardly, you straight a graveyard. You doing everything that's against the very Torah. Everything against it, but you rocking the fringes, you got on the phylactery, you got on the mitri, you got the buried the rocket with it. I mean, your garment even match your pants, girdle matching everything, drawers probably even match everything else. But inwardly, straight utter madness, and you're going against the very teaching that you in front of the people upholding. So at that point, the fringes become an idol. You see that? At that point, the mitri become an idol. At that point, the bird becoming, the whole culture become an idol, because you're infiltrating the culture and you're bringing heathen and European concepts and constructs. You see what I'm talking about? So we have to be very, very sure of what we're doing. Have to be very sure of what we're doing, because when we get deeper into this lesson, I mean, it's all gonna come out. And right after we get done with this Romans, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull up the word idol, because everybody just think an idol is, you know, an image of wood and stocks that represent a god. No, idol represents a concept, a consciousness, a likeness. It's deep. Come on, bro.
Thou that preachest a man should not steal, dost thou steal? Thou that sayest a man should not commit adultery, dost thou commit adultery?
Yes, they do. Remember, they was ready to stone that woman, right?
That's right.
And he picked up that rock and he was like, let he without sin cast the first stone. Because the person that was in that adultery was one, it had to been one of them that had the stone in their hand.
In the very act.
In the very act. Come on.
Thou that abhorrest idols.
Oh, hold on. Here it go. Boy, I'm glad you poured this, brother. Oh. Hey, thou that hatest idols. Come on.
Does thou commit sacrilege?
You see that? And they do. So showing you idolatry is not just giving in and bowing down to a piece of wood and giving it fruit and burning incense around it. You see that? When you get into the true concept of giving yourself unto idols, it's giving your power and authority that's supposed to go to Yahweh, and Yahushua HaMashiach. You give it to other things. And that idol don't have to be a dead thing. It can be a walking dead thing, sort of a human being. It can be a child. It can be a vagina. It can be a penis. It can be money. It can be food, gluttonous. You see that? It can be anything that you're giving all your essence to. See that? And that's what creates these logos. Come on, brother.
Verse 23, Romans 2 and 23. Thou that makest thy boast of the law, through breaking the law, dishonorest thou the Most High.
Boy, this is straight treason at his highest, y'all. Flat out. Come on.
For the name of Yahweh is blasphemed among the Gentiles through you.
Because at this point, you using his name in vain. In vain. Imagine walking around with his symbols, with his likeness, his appearance on you, and you doing the exact opposite of what the consciousness of this symbol represent. Ooh-wee.
Hey, what?
Ooh-wee. That is deep. Come on.
As it is written, for circumcision verily profited if you keep the law.
Hold on, brother. Did I just read that? It says, for circumcision verily profited if you keep the law. Come on.
But if thou be a breaker of the law, thy circumcision is made uncircumcision.
So do that symbol mean anything at that point? No, it don't. Because your consciousness is not matching the symbol. Whew. Boy, that is deep.
Makes sense. In the book of Maccabees, y'all write that down. First Maccabees 1, 11 through 15. Many in Israel became uncircumcised.
Yes, they did.
Because they came into the covenant with Greeks and became Hellenized. And thus, it spread like a virus throughout the ancient world. Israelites running around claiming Greek gods, Greek fraternities, Greek tongues, Greek culture.
Every day.
Greek gymnastics, working out butt naked, doing all that. They became uncircumcised by what? By taking on the covenants and customs of another people, even though they were already in covenant with the Almighty. Right? So he let it be known, if you a breaker of the law and you circumcised, guess what? You uncircumcised in the eyes of the Heavenly Father.
Because you serving another God.
That's right.
In their idol. Look, I don't care what form you trying to put it in, that's idolatry. That's idolism at that point. You are straight being enslaved to symbolism. And notice that they rock it hard. You see them getting themselves branded with the horseshoes and the Q dogs. I mean, I'm talking about idolatry to the highest forms and levels. Straight up.
That's how they produce these pastors.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. And then give them curriculum and all of that. Come on, bro.
Hey, so it makes sense. You could be circumcised in your whole Hebrew culture outwardly, but inwardly be a violator of the Most High's commandment. And in his eye, you are uncircumcised and you're not in covenant with him. Right, y'all? It swing back the opposite way as well.
Yeah.
Watch this. 26. Therefore, if the uncircumcision keep the righteousness of the law, which is the faith in Christ, faith in the Mashiach, shall not his uncircumcision be counted for circumcision?
And we see that. We see that with Galatians 4 with Abraham. He was counted. It was counted to him as righteousness before he was ever even snipped up. You see that? You know what I'm saying? Showing you that it's the inner man. The look, we're gonna get to it. Like when the Most High do his searching, he ain't looking at none of this. He going deep into them thoughts. Deep into them thoughts and them ways. The program, the psychological program that you adapted from your environment and from your mama and your pops. That's what he judging. That's why them 2 classes we did the last couple of weeks are very important. How you supposed to be training up your children. Because what you doing for them first few years, that is who that children is going to be. That seed is going to grow and be what them programs that you have put in them. And it's different ways to actually reverse this programming. You can do self-recordings of just do commandments and say them out loud on your phone and go to sleep with them in your headphones every night to reprogram your mind. You know, it's so many different things, but we have to separate ourselves from this heathen and his heathen ways, y'all.
That's right.
Because it's deep into our subconscious mind.
Verse 27, it shall not uncircumcision, which is by nature, if it fulfill the law, judge thee, who by the letter and circumcision does transgress the law.
And that was a question mark.
Yeah, you don't want to trip off that, man. You use a self-proclaimed Israelite. You know what I mean? Know who you are and all that. There's a brother just woke up yesterday stealing his hip-hop culture and everything. But he catch you stealing out the store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, boy, you's a hypocrite in the sight of men and women.
And at this point, you done made this an idol. And them fringes an idol, because now the outward people that just seen you do that, they can rock this all day and commit all sin and think it's justified. Now this has become an idol. So I'm trying to get y'all to get this concept. It's not what it is, it's what power you giving to it. You see that?
Makes sense.
Straight up. Come on, bro. And look, and just before you see this on the street corners of New York. A lot of people do not want to get in truth out there because the way they're bringing the truth. They full in fringes, they got the girdle ground, the leathers, but they calling black women nigga bitches and everything, yelling, cursing them out. So look, they seeing the symbolism and they look at it as a bad thing now. So anything to do with Hebrew Israelites, I mean, they don't want nothing to do with it. But they supposed to be the total opposite, bringing the women in, correcting their mindset, training up the children, making men masculine again. You see what I'm saying? It shows you that these things can go both ways. Both ways. Come on, big bro.
Verse 28. For he is not a Yahudim, a Jew, which is one outwardly.
Ooh, oh, man, say it again, brother.
For he is not a Yahudim, a Jew, which is one outwardly.
It ain't about the symbolism. It's about what power you're giving to them, the consciousness that matches them. See that you can look like a Yahudim all you want on the outside, but what is them reins and them kidneys like? Huh? What does that kill y'all like? Come on.
Neither is that circumcision which is outward in the flesh.
Ooh, meaning you can be circumcised without getting that tip snipped. Now, is getting the tip snipped a part of the culture?
Yes,
and isn't we trying to get our culture back? So of course get it. Isn't wearing fringes a part of our culture? We're trying to get our consciousness back. Of course, wear them. Isn't garments a part of our culture? And we're trying to get our culture back. Wear them as much as you can, especially on feast days. Head wraps. Didn't we see that he took the head wraps in Isaiah 3? That's a part of the culture. 1 Corinthians 11, you're supposed to have your head covered. Cover your head. Right. See that? So let's not get it so spiritual that we're not going to tap into the very thing that made us who we is. Right. We're not extremists here. You might well call us church folk then. Yeah, and we far from that. We need both of these to be properly balanced. Yahweh deal with weights and balances. Everything he do is balanced. Come on, big bro.
For he is not a Yahudim, which is outwardly. Neither is that circumcision, which is outward in the flesh. But he is a Yahudim, which is one inwardly.
See that? Now, he's talking to Yahudims that got Yahudim blood, though. He's not talking to nobody else and saying that you can just be Yahudim because you want inwardly. No, he's already talking to a people by a certain type of molecules and a certain type of DNA and blood spectrum. But he's saying a lot of y'all fell into idolatry and idolism by following other gods. But y'all can come back and be this if you change your consciousness, your concepts of culture and reality. Y'all see that? Read that one more time, big bro.
But he is a Yahudim, a Jew, which is one inwardly. And circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit, and not in the letter.
Boy, these are daggers.
Praise is not of men, but of the Most High.
Boy.
And Paul, look, he ain't making this up, because even in the Torah, Deuteronomy, Moses said, circumcise the foreskin of your hearts. He even said that, you know what I'm saying? So circumcision always been physical and spiritual. Okay. The thing is, and that's why Paul was an excellent instrument, you know what I'm saying, to wake up and blind on his road to Damascus.
Yes, right.
Because he was an inside man,
who
understood the hypocrisy.
He got it firsthand.
You know what I mean? That was going on within the Pharisee brotherhood that was responsible for handing over Messiah, Stephen, and all of them to be murdered. He knew it. He okay, yeah, we look good, but I know you need.
Yeah.
It's like being around brothers for years. You know what I mean? But we online. And y'all online don't know the brothers in St. Louis like we know them.
Yeah, we know them.
We know their children, their grandchildren.
Call
I know
us
where they
uncle.
stay at.
Yeah.
And then look, what you talking about? Like I know his wife can't cook.
Yeah.
Who you talking about?
Yeah.
So somebody inside will be more of an excellent tool on waking up brothers who all was a part of one unit at one point. Yeah. Like, nah, man, y'all going off. Trust me, I know you in the donkey. Yeah. I know you a thief.
Yeah.
I know you a slanderer, but you got your Hebrew culture on.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Our people stop focusing on our real self, which is our spirit.
Look, bro, we out here rocking symbols, rocking idols, and we not living out the word, man. The symbol look good. You know what I'm saying? From afar, it looks good. Man, they doing their thing. The feast days, the classes are funny. Woody wop wop, this and that. But inwardly, behind them symbols, is everything that go against the very symbol they uphold. That is that's idolatry. Yeah. That's why we have to start searching each other's hearts, getting to know each other before we give in to the symbol and what you showing me. Because you ain't finna hit me with the 2-3. Yeah, it look good, but is it good? Huh? The symbols look good. Timberlands, I love that boot. The way it's man, I mean, the thread and everything nice. Get into the actual etymology of what's going on there. It's a whole tree with a noose hanging from it. Yeah. Who was cursed be the man and hanging from a tree? Who was hanging from trees? Right. So why would I wear that? Why would I wear that? Yes, that cop spent a lot of money on them, but they gotta go. They gotta go. Lacoste, I love them. Just bought a whole spent about $500 on them shorts. Yeah. The deeper I'm getting to the revelation of what's going on, I might have to throw them away. Because the only thing I can find when I look them up is gator bait. And that's what they did to our black children. Threw them into swamps in Florida and Louisiana and fed them to alligators. And this alligator is on your pants with his mouth wide open, pointing towards your penis. What is going on? Symbols. But these are things that we work a 9 to 5 for and spend our checks on. These are things that we will stand in a long line for. These are things that we'll wake up at 4 o'clock and make sure that we got a line chair folded out to sit out because we want to be the first one to get them because we know it's going to be a bunch of other Negro roaches. You know how they gather up and come and just consume the place. When that money can be going back into the community, going back into our neighborhoods. See that? Isn't that a form of idolatry? Or is it you giving your authority and your power over into European concepts and constructs their gods at that point? That's deep, man. Like, man, mentally, on a psychological level, we messed up, y'all. We really are. It's gonna take a lot of us. What we doing right is gonna take a lot of this, a lot of other camps doing it, and a lot of us actively doing this every day to start reversing this psychological oppression that's been put on us.
Makes sense. Don't want to be an empty vessel out here, man.
That's straight up. That's right. Are you done with that, big bro?
Yeah, I'm done with that.
All right, man. Let's hit up this. Man, let's get into these kidneys. I want to get into these kidneys. Let's go to Psalms.
Sis, you got some?
Oh, my bad, sis. But why would you give somebody else them symbols? You see that? Because at this point, you're giving somebody else these European gods. I don't want to give if I didn't woke up to what it is, why would somebody that's sleeping, I'm supposed to be waking them up. Why would I give them that same symbol, them same idols? And remember, idols become rivals. It's gonna count against its own soul. It's always gonna be counterproductive. It's always gonna be that way because it's not of your culture, it's not of your God, and the power is in the symbolism. You know how much essence and symbol. Look? This is how powerful logos and symbolism is. When we get into the next class, we're gonna look up MK Ultra. Guess how they hypnotize them? Through symbols, through powers. I'm gonna do one example. White Jesus. That logo, that symbol, done fooled the whole Negro creation. How many of us thought that Christ was actually white before we came into the truth?
Look, it's 2020, and you show up that picture today, people won't say that's Jesus Christ. Yeah. Showing you how powerful image and symmetry and symbols and idols truly is. So no, I wouldn't give it away. I will burn gasoline in a match. Yeah. All right, let's get it. So look, we're gonna go to Psalms chapter 16. Psalms chapter 16. Let's do 5 through 7. Psalms chapter 16, 5 through 7. Let me show y'all how, when the Most High, Malaki said something dope. He said, Yahweh do a spiritual autopsy. Look, he a pathologist. He finna get a culture dish. He finna get a piece of your cells. He gonna biopsy that deal. And he a petri dish. And he finna see how your biological aspects are working. He going down to the nanobites of your cell and seeing how them work. That's how he judging us. That's why we constantly have to do a spiritual cleansing and a spiritual rinsing. And we have to always be in a state of humbleness and repentance because he constantly checking. So we're going to go to the book of Psalms, chapter 16, 5 through 7.
If y'all get some understanding online, type in some YAHUDHS.
Yahoo.
Y'all get some understanding? All praise.
Hallelujah.
All praise. Hallelujah. All praise. All right, let's get it. All right, so look, we in the book of Psalms, family. Chapter 16, start the deal at 5, my beloved brother.
Psalm 16, verse 5.
Uh-huh.
The Most High is the portion of my inheritance
Uh-huh.
and of my cup.
Right.
Thou maintainest my lot. The lines are falling unto me in pleasant places.
Come on.
Yea, I have a goodly heritage.
Uh-huh.
I will bless the Most High,
Uh-huh.
who have given me counsel.
Uh-huh.
My reins also
Uh-huh.
instruct me.
See that? So look, it says he's gonna bless Yahweh, who's given me counsel. My reins. Now remember, we read scriptures. It says that Yahweh is going to search and judge the heart and what?
Reins.
The reins. It says reins also instruct me in the night season. So let's look up this word reins. Let's just look it up. It gets very, very interesting. And this is why it's good to learn Hebrew, y'all. Don't have nobody anti-culture teachers telling y'all Hebrew is not important. It's a part of your culture. Hebrew actually forms your culture. What are you talking about? It's one of the main important things to your cultural aspect, because it gets deep into the symbology and the meaning behind what Yahweh's been trying to convey to us since the beginning of time. It just makes no sense for somebody to be counteractive of you learning your language. Why? You don't want me to get deep into my understanding, and you don't want my personal relationship with Yahweh to grow?
They don't want you to surpass their
Exactly. So anybody that's anti the language of your culture is anti your culture. Whether they say Hebrew and Shalom all day, Negro, you anti-Messiah. Because you telling me that it's not important to learn my language would help formulate my culture. Makes no sense. All right, so look, when you get into this word range, y'all check this out. All right, they give you the Hebrew concordance 3629. My range. This deal says kill Yah. Watch.
Strong's H3629. Kill Yah. Kill Yah.
And y'all know I'm a kidney person. I'll talk about kidney and lymphatic system, so I had to research it out. Look, when we look these deals up, what do this mean? So he searched your heart and your kidneys. Ooh, it's gonna get deep. All right, let me pull it up. Kill Yah. All right, it says outline of biblical use. Kidneys of physical organs, of seat of emotions and affection, of sacrificial animals. Kill Yah. It comes from the feminine aspect, H3627. Only in the plural, because you only have what? 2 kidneys. So it always has to come in a plural form. It says a kidney, an essential organ, figuratively, the mind, the interior self, kidneys, reins. Do you know that your kidneys have, look, this is going to blow your mind. Look it up. Your kidneys have more melanin neurotransmitters. Y'all know what a neurotransmitter is, right? It's a dendrite. This is what conveys messages from your brain to your heart, to your blood, to your lungs, and all of that. You think with these messages. Your kidneys actually can think for themselves. Kidneys store memories. Kidneys store traumatic things that happen. You can look inside somebody's kidneys and see if they had an accident when they was little. It really make you change your whole aspect of the body, y'all. So it says that he even searches the kidneys. So he ain't only getting into your other minds, which is your brain. He's going to search your heart. Libi, La'ab. He getting into the Kiryah too. He's going down to your kidneys, which is the 2 major important organs on your body. Because without the kidneys, you cannot filter your sin. You can't cleanse your sins and none of that. Because the kidneys are literally the seats to your ancestors. Because kidneys are genetically made from your father's father's fathers. Look this stuff up. When you get into the kidneys, man, it's deep. That's the only way I'm able to heal is by getting your kidneys up and running. If I can get your kidneys to filtrate all that sin you've been committing, all that stuff you've been putting in your body, that's where healing comes from. You can't even shrink a tumor without having the kidneys filtering. So it just show you how deep and spiritual these kidneys is. So it says he's going to even try the reins. Reins means kidneys. So now y'all know that. This show you how important that your body is too. Your body is a mirror image of your consciousness. You see that? All right, from there. So we looked at that one. Let's go to Psalms 26. Psalms 26, 1 and 2. Psalms 26, 1 and 2.
Hallelujah.
Oh, praise God. Psalms 26, 1 and 2.
The book of Psalms, chapter 26, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Judge me, Yahweh,
Ooh.
for I have walked in mine integrity.
You see that? Ain't that perfect? When you got enough confidence where you can say, judge me. Until then, you better be judging yourself. Come on.
I have trusted also in the Most High.
Right.
Therefore, I shall not slide.
Check this out.
Examine me, O Yah.
Examining. Don't you go to an examine office when you die? For they can do an autopsy and cut open your cranium and your body to examine what the cause of death? Examine me, oh Yahweh. Come on.
And prove me.
And prove me. Test me. Come on.
Try my reins.
Try my kidneys. He told him, try my kidneys.
And my heart.
And my heart. So kidneys are important. Now, just for y'all don't think I'm lying, we just gonna look this one up, and then the next one, y'all know that it's the same thing. Just look it up, see what he talking about. Make sure it's the same Hebrew chords and Hebrew word. Yeah, y'all ain't know them kidneys was that important, did y'all?
Very important.
Kidneys. There it go again. My reins kill y'all kidneys. Y'all see that? Now these next scriptures is gonna make a lot of sense. Let's go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah 11 and 20. Jeremiah 11 and 20. See that? Notice he's not talking about no outer appearance. He goes so deep in trying your reins, he's performing a spiritual autopsy on your kidneys. He ain't worried about nothing you got on, because these same images can become idols. He not worried about your fringes. He ain't worried about none of that, because you can be wearing them things and inwardly be going against him. Servant of the gods. Total disrespect. All right, what I say I was going to? Jeremiah
11 and 20.
All right, Jeremiah 11 and 20. Let me get there, family. Jeremiah 11 and 20. All right, let's get it, big bro. Jeremiah 11 and 20. All right, I'm there. Let's get it. Here we go.
Jeremiah 11 and 20. But oh Yah, of hosts.
Yeah, that's Yahweh Zebaoth.
That judges righteously. That tries to reign.
That tries what? The kidneys.
That tries the kidneys.
And then look, notice this. Why look, the number one people in dialysis that have kidney problems is who? Negroes.
Black people. So
kidney failure. Who? Negroes. Do y'all realize that's my whole profession of being an herbalist and a healer? My whole thing is going after the kidneys. I have to get the kidneys to filtrate, because the kidneys is the only thing that filtrate lymphatic waste and metabolic waste. Metabolic waste is talking about cellular waste. Cellular waste is talking about nano waste. Nano waste is spiritual waste. All goes back to spirit. The spirit. Ain't that crazy? Hey, I'm just saying. I done learned so much about this Bible healing. It's crazy. Because your body is a mirror reflection of Yahweh. You are a symbol and a logo of God. Let us create man in what? Our likeness. Our image and our likeness. You are a representation of Yahweh. You are his logo and his image here on earth. But going against the very thing that he created you to be. At that point, you become a what? An idol. Because we finna look up that word next. Come on.
Let me see thy vengeance on them. For unto thee have I revealed my cause.
All right, we can stop there right there. Now, what I want to do is I want to look up this word idol. Let's go to the book of Acts real quick. That way y'all can get familiar with what idol is. Idol is used for 4 different things in the Bible. Like literally, you will see many different names for idols in the Bible, because that's how deep and complicated idol is, because it's not just wood, sticks, and stones. You see that? You can be an idol. Hercules can be an idol. Spider-Man can be an idol. Toys and Barbie dolls can be idols to our children. The video game can be idol to grown Hebrew Negroes. You see that? Or like my son, I had to stop him from the game. That's all he wanted to do. It became his God. I'm like, nah, bro, you can't even be on that no more. Can't even be on that game. No, put it up. Broke his heart. He'd be all right. Start reading that Bible. You see what I'm saying? Because the game became his God. That's all he wanted to do. He stayed for 3 days straight just to play the game. 3 days straight. We had to get on him tough. You see what I'm saying? So we have to be very, very careful of what we giving our power and our attention to. Notice the moment you marry your king and he get all your attention, you call him what? Lord. He become your God. Facts. All right, let's get it. You got something? Yeah. All right, let's do that, and then we're going to look up this what's name. Go ahead and read that.
Ezekiel chapter 14.
All right, go to Ezekiel chapter 14, family. Y'all really got a precept for y'all.
Yeah. It goes exactly on your lesson. Son of man, these men have set up their idols in their heart.
Ooh, boy, that's a dagger. Why ain't had that written down? Boy, look, the idols been set up where?
In their heart.
Now, is this talking about sticks and stones? Is this talking about a tree that you done carved into something, or this talking about idolatry in the mindset?
That's right.
Ooh wee, boy, that's the lesson in a nutshell right there. We can leave after this.
And put the stumbling block of their iniquity before their face.
Ooh, come on.
Should I be inquired of at all by them?
Mm.
Therefore, speak unto them and say unto them, thus saith the Most High,
Right.
Elohim,
Uh-huh.
every man of the house of Israel that setteth up his idol in his heart.
That's a dagger, bro. Come on.
And putteth the stumbling block of his iniquity before his face.
Boy.
And cometh to the prophet, I, YAH'KI, will answer him that cometh according to the multitude of his idols, that I may take the house of Israel in their own heart, because they are all estranged from me through their idols.
You see that? And it's all talking about mindset. And it makes sense in that Jeremiah why he's going to have to give you a new heart and write the commandments on your heart. Because like inwardly, we are straight into idolatry, y'all. We are serving other gods. Even though outwardly we have the appearance of Hebrews, let's not get it twisted. At this time, everybody knew that they was Israel. They dressing the part. So what is Paul talking about this whole time? What is Ezekiel talking about this whole time? That's deep. That's deep.
Therefore, say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Most High, Elohim, repent and turn yourself from your idols and turn away your face from all your abominations.
Them daggers, bro.
For every one of the house of Israel or of the stranger that sojourneth in Israel will separate himself from me and set up his idols in his heart and put it the stumbling block of his iniquity before his face and cometh to a prophet to inquire of him concerning me, I, the master, will answer him by myself.
Somebody at the door. Bro, would you go let her in? That just truly let you know that sinning is a form of idol, because you're not listening to Yahweh at this point. You're serving another God with your saved, man. That's just deep, man. That's deep. And look, it keeps going on and going forth.
That's it, brother.
That's it. Let's go to Acts chapter 7. Acts chapter 7, verse 41.
We're gonna look up the word idol.
Yeah, we're gonna look it up now. Acts chapter 7, verse 41.
Yeah, you want to fill up the full measure of being a son or a daughter of the Most High.
Yeah.
As we seen even in Ezekiel's time in full culture, they still in rebellion by having idols in their heart.
In their heart. Man.
You know what I mean? We know the example of Solomon.
Yeah.
You know what's up with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Most High appeared to him twice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Full culture and everything. Still in his heart, in his spirit. And see, that's the revolution of YAH'KI came to start 2,000 years ago. Some people be like, well, if he came to set us free, why are we still in bondage?
Yeah.
You first must conquer sin.
Yeah.
You first must conquer sin. Then you can conquer this earth.
Yeah.
You first must conquer the flesh. Then you can conquer this earth.
Flat out.
I don't give a whole bunch of lust-filled Negroes, spiritual powers in the kingdom, but you ain't conquered this flesh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Y'all, that's been the mission from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Deep.
Where we at?
We in the book of Acts chapter 7, verse 40. Book of Acts chapter 7, verse 40. Man, that's deep. Hey, that Ezekiel 14, boy.
Yeah, that deal went hard.
That went hard.
The book of Acts chapter 7, verse 40.
Uh-huh.
Saying unto Aharon, make us gods to go before us.
See that? So it's going back on to in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? How Moses went up there to get the 10 commandments and he came down and Aharon and them was down there stanky legging to the golden calf, making and building idols. But Paul is trying to get you to understand these concepts. You don't have to make and build idols to be an idol worshiper. You don't. We see it all throughout scripture. Come on.
Saying unto Aharon, make us gods to go before us. For as for this Moses, which brought us out of the land of Egypt, we would not what has become of him.
Come on.
And they made a calf in those days and offered sacrifice unto the idol and rejoiced in the works of their own hands.
You see that? So you can sacrifice unto your idol. Come on. Now look, let's look at this word idol real quick. Look it up. Let's get the full concept of what an idol is.
Right.
Let's get it. Then we're gonna look it up in Hebrew as well. All right, let's here go the word for it.
Strong's G 1497. Eidolon.
Huh?
Eidolon.
Eidolon. Eidolon in Greek. Now check this out, y'all. All right. Now when you look up this word idol, eidolon, all right, it says an image or to worship. All right, it says an image, a likeness. It says whatever represents the form of an object, either real or what they say? Imaginary. Huh? So you can be given over into idols and not even have an idol. See that? Whatever represents the form of an object, either real or imaginary. Hold on, it gets deeper. It says use of the shades of the departed. What's this word right here? How you say that? Apparitions, specters, phantoms, or what you call a ghost of the what? Mind. So hold on. So what we reading so far, being into idol worship is what first? Mentally. Right. How do you think you have the picture to carve? Where did the picture come to just cut down a tree and then carve this idol? This picture had to come from where? The mindset. See, it starts here. It starts in the mind. It says the image of an heathen god, a false god. It says eidolon, an image for worship. By implication, a heathen god or plural. It says the worship of such an idol. Now let's keep going. Let's dig a little deeper. Let's go into the other word. So it's from the word eidos.
Strong's G 1491. Idos. Idos.
Idos.
Adidas.
Yeah, but boy, Idos. Adidas. Which is another god, brother. Adidas. All right, how did I get there? Okay, here you go. Hold on. Let me go back to there. My bad, family. Get a little technical difficulties there. Idos or Adidas. All right, that's all that's in the next lesson. We're gonna be breaking down the symbols of Adidas. We're gonna be breaking down the symbols of Nike. We're gonna be breaking down the symbol of Timberland, of Nautica. That's all in the next lesson. So y'all can don't be jumping the lesson. All right. All right. So check this out, y'all. It says now look here. Look, it's just deep. What's up, Shalom, little brother? So look, check this out. It says a shape or fashion. Now, the reason why I want to bring out this word fashion, because fashion is when you shape something, but you are into fashion clothes. Right. You see that? So an idol can be a shape or fashion. Huh? Ain't we into fashions, fashion shows, models walking around with fashion clothes on? So it's the scripture's gonna bring it all the way together on what true idolizing is, like certain clothes you wear. It's this whole European construct, and they gods. They put in your clothing. They put these markings on your food. They put them on your drinks. They put them in your mind. You don't even know that they're there, and they straight be there. And look, they do it in such a way where and they even got it in your phone now. When you mention one of these things and you look up your phone, it'll be an advertisement for something you just discussed to your significant other. They got idol worshiping down to a T. I'm starting to think that they can read minds. Straight up. I was thinking about a water hose one day. Me and the Red was talking about a water hose. I get on Facebook, it's an ad for a water hose. Yeah, of course, but I'm saying it's so deep. It's like, boy, but it's just the imagery they give you. They constantly flashing and putting their idols and their imagery and their gods upon us. So of course, that's all you're gonna think about. Of course, if you see butt shaking on the TV all day, every day, when you go out, you're gonna be looking for some butt. Of course, if you see all the famous rappers rocking Adidas and rocking all of these different Nikes, and of course, when you got out and you have the chance to pick some Hebrew culture shoes or the shoes you've been seeing all your life that's been programmed and flashed in front of your face, of course you're gonna pick I want the Timbos. I did it. I'm like, I'm gonna buy these shoes because I want to support the black business, but I'm gonna wear them to work. I'm gonna rock these Timberlands. So I did. Guilty of it. I'll be the first one to admit my guilt and shame. And thinking about it now, that was straight anti-culture of me. That was straight anti-culture. Boy, that was some straight sucker boy stuff that I did there. Used them as grass cutting boots. Oh. And when I got done, I kicked them off and I put on my Timberlands. It just make no sense. So it says shape, fashion, sight, appearance. It says the external or outward appearance. Form, figure, shape, form, kind. So if you see, the root word was actually talking about the physical shape. But when we got into the word before we got to this root word, it was talking about the mental aspect of it. So it's many forms of idol worshiping and idolatry. Do y'all get that?
Yeah.
Can we get Yahoo on that?
Yahoo.
All right, all praise. Let me read the Strong's. We're going to keep it pushing. It says a view, form. It says appearance, fashion, shape, sight. All right, let's get it going. Let's talk about the heart. Let's get into the heart. Let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. 20 to 23, matter of fact. Got a few more. We're going to get up out of here. I think we laid some good groundwork.
Yeah, we did.
All right, Proverbs chapter 4, 20 to 23. We do a few more. Proverbs chapter 4, 20 to 23.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 20.
Okay.
My son, attend to my words, incline thine ear unto my sayings. Let them not depart from thine eyes. Keep them in the midst of thine heart.
Did it say worm on your fringes?
Keep them in the midst of thine heart.
Bottle these things up in your garments.
Keep them in the midst of thine heart.
You see that? Heart is Lee. That means mind. And you look that up too, it's going to say the seat to the emotions. The same exact definition of Yah, which is kidneys. Come on.
For they are life unto those that find them.
Ooh.
And health to all their flesh.
Ooh, come on. So this shows you that once you good inwardly, then it manifests outwardly. You don't be good outwardly and then it trickle down and manifests inwardly. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. So we have bought into the idea that if we buy they logos, we buy they idols and wear them, that it appear that we good. It appear that we have money. It appear that we up on the social scale and the social status, that we keeping up with the Jones. But the Most High, think about this in a very reverse way. He said that if you keep them inwardly first, you cleanse yourself inwardly first, then it will manifest outwardly. But the heathen, the European construct and culture teaches you to get right outwardly, and then inwardly you can stay a certain way. You can say however wicked you want to be inwardly, as long as you looking good outwardly in the outer appearance. Y'all see this Babylonian construct? It's totally opposite and opposing to our true culture. All right, come on.
Verse 23. Keep thy heart with all diligence. For out of it are the issues of life.
You see that? So it's talking about mindset. Keep your mind, your mind with all diligence. For out of your mind proceeds consciousness. Consciousness is what creates culture. This is why our culture is all broken up into bits and pieces and fragments, because we have been taught how to think by our oppressors. We've been taught how to eat by our oppressors. We have been taught how to live by our oppressors. Then we come into this truth. We've been so deeply rooted into this cultural concept of the oppressor that we bring it into the truth. So now we just a bunch of Negro Europeans. Negropeans. That's what we've been seeing in the truth. Rocking fringes, rocking garments, Hebrewed up at feast days, all of that. But doing what though? It's breaking all types of sins, doing all types of madnesses, all types of madness behind closed doors. So everything and all your appearance become idols at that point. It's idol. You just idling. You love the image, but you don't love the consciousness and the cultural background that come with it. So this is an idol at that point. That fringe is an idol at that point. That phylactery is an idol at that point. You see that? All of these things are symbols that don't mean anything to you because you go against the very message and consciousness that proceed forth from these symbols. That's deep. That is deep. Think I'm lying. Put two brothers in here right now. Brothers in here right now, and put one in just give me a cheap clothing line, something cheap.
Some Gen X.
Gen X.
Some Wranglers.
Put one in some Wrangler pants, right? And put the other one in some True Religion. All right, by default, what is your mind gonna tell you about the one that got on the Wranglers? He dusty. He ain't making no money. This show you this show you how powerful imagery and logos are. It shows you. It really does. All right, let's keep going.
Well, every pants I got is Wranglers.
That's right.
But you're rich in spirit, brother. That's what the whole point of this lesson. I just get it.
And know that the word keep is there. What Shamor.
Yeah, guard.
Which means guard. Guard your mind.
Yeah.
Or keep thy heart. Guard your mind with all diligence. Meaning you got to constantly do it.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the streets, they'll tell you guard your grill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you may hear somebody say, he lost his mind.
Yeah, he lost his mind. Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Bible tells you to guard your mind with all diligence.
Okay.
You got to constantly do that. You got to constantly check yourself. What you filtering in and out.
Yeah.
What you eating, what you bringing in, and what you letting out.
Okay.
For out of it proceed what? The
issues of life.
Woo. Make all the sense of the word.
Yeah.
Boy, watch out.
All right, so we got Proverbs 4:24.
Verse 24. Put away from thee a forward mouth.
Ooh.
And perverse lips put forward from thee.
Come on.
Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee.
Meaning, don't be getting caught up in the things that's in your peripheral visions. Having you going sidetracked. Be on that straight and narrow path. That straight is that single path. If thy eye be single, the whole body be full of light. You see that? That's what he mean by that. Come on.
All right, let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee.
Uh-huh.
Ponder the path of thy feet.
You see that? Ponder. So it's a thinking game. A thinking man is a dangerous and educated man too. A man that have the ability to use his thinking faculties. Oh, come on.
Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established.
Right.
Turn not to the right hand nor to the left. Woo. Remove your foot from evil.
Let's keep it going. Proverbs. Matter of fact, let's go. Let's do Proverbs 3. Proverbs 3, 1-6, and we'll do one more after that, and we'll get up out of here.
That makes sense, man. Let's talk about discretion.
Yeah.
Went over there last night to be discreet with someone that has a plan.
Okay. I'm thinking, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't just jump up and just do whatever.
Straight up.
You're supposed to calculate everything. Your speech,
yeah, your
actions, everything that you do supposed to be calculated.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Other than that, you refer to as simple in the scriptures. And the Hebrew word for that is petty. Y'all be like, you so petty.
Speaking Hebrew, didn't even know.
Speaking brew, that brew language. Petty means simple, which means foolish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we supposed to be using discretion, meaning planning out what you doing.
Okay.
But you be so impulsive. You know what I mean? Like that's cool or something.
Because it's not. It's not cool at all. All right, we the book of Proverbs chapter 3, family. We're going to start this deal at 1-6. And then we're going to lead this deal off with Matthew's chapter 6.
Proverbs chapter 3.
Matter of fact, we're going to leave it off with John. We're going to leave this off with John, 1 John 5. All right, let's get it, my brother.
My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments.
Let thy who?
Thy heart keep my commandments.
Going back to the mindset. Come on, brother.
For length of days and long life and peace, so they add to thee.
Come on, brother.
Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck. Write them upon the table of thine heart.
You see that now? Back in the day, the Pharisees were so into idolatry, they literally would have took a chain and made some 2 tablets and wrote the commandments and rocked it and bound them around the neck and think that he was talking about that. You see that? And instead of actually keeping the commandments, they just walk around with the commandments hanging around their neck. Come on.
So shall thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of Yah and men.
Okay, come on.
Trust in the Most High with all thine heart.
There we go again. Using your mind, trusting him with your heart, not your garments, not your clothing, not your logos, not your idols, not your symbols. Come on.
And lean not unto thine own understanding.
Right.
In all thy ways, acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths.
All right, we can stop there right there. Let's leave off with this last one. That's 1 John 5:21. 1 John 5:21. Yeah, that's a good one to end off of. Yeah, good dad. Yeah. 1 John 5:21, family. We'll be back at y'all next week. Yahweh Rod Zone. 1 John 5:21, family. It's right at the end of this deal. It's a good ending. All right, let's get it.
1 John 5.
Yep, and 21.
The one-hitter banger.
One hit a banger. One hitting out.
Little children.
Little children. Talking about us, Israel. Come on.
Keep yourselves from idols.
Come on, finish that off.
Amen.
Amen. Ain't that simple? So if y'all understood this lesson, give me some Yahoo.
Yahoo.
Give me some Yahoos on this line. We're going to pray out, and then we are going to get up out of here. Let me stop sharing this. And that was part 1 that was laying down a foundation. Now, next week, when we get into this, we're going to be breaking down these logos, man, and pulling up how much money we spend. Man, look, it's gonna piss y'all off when y'all see how much money we spend on this stuff. How much attention, how many people that died over some damn Air Jordans. I mean, done died. I mean, they idolizing these European logos and concepts so much, we straight killing one another for it. How many people done died for the dollar over money? That's an idol. What a graven image on it, a dead image on it. Ah, boy, it gets deep. It gets deep, family. It gets deep. All right, what I do? I go to stop screen.
Yeah.
All right, all praise. Hallelujah. I'm glad y'all got some understanding, overstanding, and understanding. We're finna go and pray on out. Get up out of here. Let's go and pray on out.
Let's get her done. Y'all looking sad for out there. It's Shabbat, everybody else sad. Got the long face. There you go. You get the smile. Show them teeth. Hey, boy.
Hammerhead, boy. He been running throughout class.
You know, man. Hey, man.
Look how you looking. You gonna pray? You mother pray.
All right, show. Boss baby. YAH'KI about to sing your song. Yeah.
I said, yeah, I know. Y'all ready?
You got it covered?
Let's get it.
Yabareka Yahweh Veish Merika Yahweh Puna Elika Vikuneka Yasa Yahweh Puna Elika Be'asem L'ka Shalom Be'asem L'ka Shalom Yabareka Yahweh Be'is Merika Yahweh Pona Elika Vikuneka Yesa Yahweh Pona Elika Be'asem L'ka Shalom Be'asem L'ka Shalom. Amen. Hallelujah.
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 Amen.
Amen.
The Most High shall bless you, and He shall keep you, and He shall shine His face upon you. He will bless you, and He will keep you, and He will give you peace. Amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. A prayer against all the evil, greedy spirits. Yahweh El Elyon, we come to you in the name of Adornment, the Master, Yahushua Mashiach. We take authority over the fallen one and all his evil spirits from our position at the right hand of you, Yahweh, seated above every name that is named, in the power and the authority of Adornment, the Master, Yahushua Mashiach. Use us as your battle axe and weapons of war to come against and attack, to break the back and bind the strong man powerless over every heathen nation that is oppressing the 12 tribes of Israel this very second. We cast them down and we cast them out to a herd of swine in the name of Yahushua Mashiach. And by his mighty and precious blood we pray. Use us as your battle axe and weapons of war. We loosen all your ministering angels of warfare. Send forth your most militant and elite angelic warriors to break the backs and crack the skulls of every ruler of darkness, to break the backs and crack the skulls of every principality over all the worldwide organizations, the 13 bloodlines of the Illuminati, the Rothschild bloodline, the Astral bloodline, the Bundy bloodline, the Collins bloodline, the DuPont bloodline, the Freeman bloodline, the Kennedy bloodline, the Lee bloodline, the Onassis bloodline, the Rockefeller bloodline, the Russell bloodline, the Van Dunn bloodline, and the Merovingian bloodline, the House of Saud over Saudi Arabia, the House of Windsor, the Popes, Ayatollah Khomeini, Jared Kushner, Henry Kissinger, Robert Gallo, Bill and Melinda Gates, Anthony Fauci, all their bloodlines. We bind all of them powerless. We bind the strong man over all Masonic orders in every religion, the Catholic Church in Vatican City, communist empires and Yah's governments, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, the CIA, MS-13, La Cosa Nostra, the Mafia, every street gang and drug cartel, Boko Haram, the Illuminati, Council of Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, the World Council of Churches, the Americas, every common market nation, Canada and Mexico, every organization that has rituals that are contrary to the word of Yahweh and the authority and the power of Yahushua Mashiach. We take authority over all foul and evil spirits, authorities, princes, kings, powers, world rulers, and the highest and mightiest servants of Satan. We bind them to be powerless in the mighty name of Yahushua Mashiach. Yahweh and the authority of Adon, the master, Yahushua Mashiach. We pronounce the judgments written in the scriptures upon these evil and greedy conspirators in and over these worldwide organizations. As it is written, Yah, we ask you, we beg you to bring upon them the judgments found in Psalm 109, that chapter, Psalm 149, that chapter, and Revelation 18, that chapter. Yahweh El Elyon, the owner, the creator and possessor of all there is, in the name of your only begotten eternal Son, Yahushua Mashiach. We bring before your throne all the sick in Israel, all who may be plagued in mind, body, and spirit. We bring before your throne our beloved brother, your son, YAH'KI and Eleazar, his family, his daughter. Satan, you can't have his daughter. We bind you powerless. We come against you with the blood of Yahushua Mashiach. We attack you in the name of Yahushua Mashiach. We wage war against you from the throne of Mashiach. We come against you from the highest heaven. We wage war against you from the right hand of Yahweh El Elyon. She is a chosen vessel, a daughter of the Most High. We bind you powerless. You and all in agreement with you. You and all in fellowship with you. You and all under your command. We bind powerless and we command you out now. Out now into a herd of swine. Out now into a colony of rats. Go wherever the Messiah gonna send you, but you have no authority over the house of my YAH'KI and Eleazar. You have no authority over his wife and his children. You have no authority in it, and we're here to serve you your papers. We attack you from the highest heaven because we are seated in heavenly places with Yahushua Mashiach. It puts us in authority over you and all in agreement with you. Heavenly Father, we bring before your throne our beloved brother, your son, Bebop, down in Dallas, Texas, this very moment, battling tooth and nail with the COVID-19. We attack the COVID-19 with the blood of Yahushua Mashiach. We wage war against the COVID-19 from the throne of Mashiach. We wage war against every illness and every disease from the highest heaven. This puts us in authority over you, Satan. Whether you be in the form of an unclean spirit, loose so-called sickness, we bind you powerless and we command you to loose yourself right now. Loose yourself right now. Loose yourself right now. Out now. Out now. We bring before your throne, Yahweh El Elyon, all the sick in Israel, all who may be plagued in mind, body, and spirit. Your word says whatever we bind on earth is bound in heaven, and whatever we loose on earth is loosed in heaven. We claim authority in Yahushua Mashiach, who is seated at your right hand right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Using all your ministering angels of health. Command them to rain down a healing that is complete, a healing that is understood right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Use us as your battle axe and weapons of war to come against an attack, to break the back, and bind the strong man called the coronavirus and the fear of it that's plaguing the minds of your people. We declare it powerless. We cast it down and we cast it out to a herd of swine. Use us as your battle axe and weapons of war to come against an attack, to break the back and bind up every sickness and disease that's afflicting your people this very second. We declare them all powerless. We cast them down and we cast them out to a herd of swine in the authority of Yahushua Mashiach. And by his mighty and precious blood we pray. Yahweh El Elyon, Yahweh Zipa'oth, Master of the heavenly armies, we loosen all your ministering angels of warfare. Command them to rain down and crack the skulls of every sickness and virus that's plaguing your people this very second. Command them to establish a protective border around your saints. Command them to come against, confound, and put down every sickness, every mental disorder, and every unclean spirit that is in opposition to the well-being of your people. Command them to render a judgment in our favor right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
In the name and the authority of Yahushua Mashiach, and by his mighty and precious blood, we pray. Yahweh El Elyon, Yahweh Yireh, we loosen your ministering angels of provision and blessing. Command them to shower us with the blessings of Abraham, your friend. Command the blessings of Deuteronomy 28 to chase us down and overtake us. Command Ruach HaKodesh to give us a continual overflow of your spirit. Command the fruits, the gifts, and signs of Ruach HaKodesh to chase us down and overtake us. That wherever the sole of our feet tread, we may boldly declare, the kingdom of heaven is now. 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 Accept our prayer and accept our petition. In the name of Yahushua Mashiach, and through his mighty and precious blood, we pray and we declare war on Satan and his entire kingdom. Hallelujah.
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 Praise the mighty Yahweh. Risen. Bust your guns. Yeah. That's right. Why the frankincense going up? Baby,
All
I'm talking
praise,
about.
yeah, all praise.
All praise, glory, and
All
honor.
praise. Hallelujah. Y'all got any questions in the chat before we get up out of here? Any questions in the chat before we get up out of here? All praise. Hallelujah. Let's get it. All praises. Hallelujah.
Yeah. You know, over there all quiet, nothing short. No, we praise the Most High. Y'all favorite song was on. Y'all be here two-step. Dancing girl, that's my song.
All praise. Well, look, Most High willing, we'll be seeing y'all pretty soon. May the Most High and the blessings of Abraham be upon y'all and y'all households.
That's right.
And
Travel
man,
and mercy to you, brothers, too.
hallelujah.
Brothers about to be out in Cali handling business, waging war against the forces of darkness.
Hallelujah.
You know what
Hallelujah.
I'm saying? Some NehemiYAH Tovah. Prayers up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we in Cali tomorrow. So if you're in Cali, let's link up. We doing
That's
works. We're trying to get some brothers. We hit the streets too. I mean, if not, we're gonna be on the streets by ourselves anyway. It don't matter. We out here.
Anyway.
Hey, we out here. So you know what I'm saying? We be in Cali. So if y'all anybody in Cali, you know what I'm saying, link up. All right. Hopefully this lesson was very edifying for y'all. Truly feeding to y'all mind, body, and spirit. We love y'all. Dean the truth. Shalom, shalom, family.
Shalom.